one's emotional for me, and I'm not quite sure how to write it. Maybe I'll write it by hand. I might do that. It's weird for me when things get emotional, or sometimes I have a hard time getting my thoughts out. When I write it by hand, it comes out better for me. So maybe I'll write it by hand and then type it in. Not quite sure. But I think part of it too is for this particular incident or situation, I have a lot of thoughts, but not sure what they all are, and I think that's part of one of the great things about writing is it helps you process your thoughts. And for me, that's why I like writing a lot. And sometimes I journal, sometimes I don't, or sometimes I write blogs or whatnot. But it helps me process. And like this thing with the oil spill is, it's funny. I didn't think I'd react this way, but when like a tragedy hits elsewhere, it's bad, and you hate to hear about it. And there's certain ones that hit you more than others. But this one was, it is in my backyard. It's down the street, I can't go to the beach today if I want to. I can't go, well, I might be able to go to Bolsa Chica, but it is, the good news, actually, I should say, is where they closed the beach down is, it's a street called Sea Point, which is right before Bolsa Chica. Bolsa Chica is an ecological reserve that is very sensitive habitat. And I go there all the time. That's actually where one of my backyard traveler streams went. But they did deploy booms up around Sea Point, so that way a lot more of the oil doesn't seep into Bolsa Chica, which is awesome. However, we have another wetlands area, which I don't go to as often as I do as Bolsa Chica, but it's called Talbert Marsh. And I've been there a few times. That has been seeped with oil. So I know they're actively working on it right now. But it's home. And that's where, and even things, we've had problems before in Southern California, like we have heat waves and we have earthquake. We had an earthquake, I think, a couple weeks ago, and blah, 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 but, and I know we've had some major stuff, but maybe it's because it's not, usually it's all of Southern California or whatever, but this is like Huntington Beach, like my city. So it's, yeah, I don't know. It's sad. And you're right, maybe typing is moving too fast. So, and it's sad. And I know they're still investigating, and I know it's a leak and they say it's a leak in the pipeline. We have an offshore platform about 4.5 miles from us, that it went to, and the leak was from there. It's not leaking anymore, but they haven't fixed it because I haven't found the leak. But of course it's not leaking anymore because I read somewhere that the capacity is like 126,000 gallons. And guess what? 126,000 gallons have actually been leaked. So there's nothing more to actually leak. So anyways, I know they're working on it. You've seen some of the websites I posted up. There's a command with the company that's owns the pipeline, and the California Department of Fish and Wildlife and the Coast Guard. The three of them are sending updates. I've also been following up with some local nonprofits for the wetlands. We have, like I said, a wetlands area which is right on Pacific Coast Highway in Newland, I live off of Newland and Garfield, so just a couple blocks, and they're right there at the beach, and they for years have been helping out any animals that get stranded or whatever. A couple years ago we had some lost ducklings, and we actually gave the lost duckling to this wetland center. During the pandemic, when Disney was shut down, the ducks took over Disneyland, and then when Disney reopened, they had like 600 ducks they had to figure out what to do with. And then they put them to this wetland center. So I do know that they're the ones that took in some of the oiled birds, and they have, of course, trained staff. Like I said, I donated to the Bolsa Chica Conservancy. They are compiling money to distribute to whoever needs it, like the wetlands area and other things. And I've also, the Surfrider Foundation is going to do which I've supported for years. They're going to do a major beach cleanup after a lot of this is cleaned up. So that way I signed up for that to help volunteer to help pick up some of the stuff. So, but it's crazy. I mean, obviously I'm really impacted right now for the environment and for the sensitive habitats, but also the beaches. I mean, not only is the beach, an major environmental, place, but Huntington Beach is a surfing mecca. Like, people come here to surf. And if the beach is closed, people can't come. And, obviously everyone's had a rough few years with the pandemic, but Huntington was starting to get back on track. And then if we shut down, the beach for an extended amount of time, it's going to be rough on our local economy that's already had problems. Again, I know there's other areas I've had some problem. I know Northern California has had some major issues with fires, and other areas have had it too. It's just this one hits home because it's home. Anyways, that is enough of that because, too bad the offshore platform was not solar panels. Yeah. And supposedly, I don't know the details of this, but I did read one of the articles that this particular platform, or was it the pipeline? I'm not sure. One of them, either the platform is going to or the pipeline, in the last 11 years has been cited over 100 times of not following certain safety rules, and I don't know. I don't know the details. I don't know, so I'm not going to go off on that. But I'm sure the people are investigating now. They're trying to figure it out. But I think the main thing right now is to get it under control. I do know they've collected over 4,000 gallons of the oil, which is great, but there's still 126,000 gallons that were leaked out. So, but anyways, so that's what I'm writing about, but I'll still do some of this typing, but I'll try and write some of it by hand because I think it'll help me work through it. Part of that writing is therapeutic, and like I said, it's weird. I sort of know what I think, but it's sort of not. My brain is all jumbled. So, but anyways, yeah.